Scott, no matter where you look on the box score, the numbers are ugly. Do you consider it an ugly performance by your team as well?
Yeah, I mean, listen, congratulations to them. They kicked our rear end. It's just an old-fashioned butt whooping at the end of the day, and there's not much, to discuss in other terms of the energy and effort they played with. We didn't even come close to even matching that before you can even get into basketball aspects of technical things. So they were just all over us and continued for 4 quarters, and it was actually very fun to watch, to be quite honest with you. I thought they were fantastic.
It seems strange, but I'll get you to expand on that, that sometimes you can just stand back and enjoy an opposition basketball team playing that sort of basketball. Yeah,
I mean, I enjoy a lot of the teams and watching them play, whether they're winning or losing or whatever. I enjoy watching the games just as much as coaching them at times, and they were fun to watch.
Where do you start to regroup as you look to bounce back from this? How hard is it to climb out of the hole that the Hawks presented you tonight?
Well, ultimately, it's just game 5. We got about 25 more to go, or whatever is left. I don't know what's on the schedule. But we're a work in progress, and we have to continue to work and not drop our heads, and we just have to move on. And we got a hell of a schedule coming up, and we're just going to get back to Tassie and get back after it and get back to some of the things that we do well and try to improve on some of the things we don't.
What do you put the lack of effort and energy down to?
I don't put it down to anything other than they just beat us.
What do you say, Scott, when Melton Doyle felt like he had a bit of a tough line out there and had his measure time coming out and tip? What do you say to him to try and get him back in the game?
Nothing. I just told the guys, we just got to move on. Ultimately, we played poorly, and there's no massaging someone into thinking they're going to play harder or better during the course of that time. They just were after us, and we couldn't get into anything rhythm-wise on either end of the floor. And again, it's game 5, and we just got to move on. You can speak. You don't have to raise your hand.
Do you expect Illawarra to come out the way they did, knowing that you are the defending champions legitimately, knowing that teams are the ones chasing you guys?
Well, this is a completely new season for us, and obviously they are excited about their group, as the other 9 teams should be too. And when you're on the road, it's incredibly hard to win on the road, and they've been playing very, very well, and they got a very nice squad, and I expected them to throw everything they did at us.
Is there any complacency in this game?
Not at all. Not at all. Over the past 4 years, there's been a lot of resiliency, and this one's going to test us. It's going to hurt until we play again, and as it should. And we'll go back to practice and get around each other. We'll do the same things. We've had some slow starts, and it went the other way tonight. Previous 2 didn't. We were able to find our way back in, but my job now is to make sure we stay as one, which we will, and we go back to work.
What's your message to the playing group, I guess, in the couple of days after this to turn around for the next game?
I mean, it's going to be a tough watch, and we're going to watch it together. We're going to see the numbers, and don't really want to look at them right now because I know they're not going to be good, and we just got to take it on the chin. And I know guys will respond from it, but it's not on any one individual. We're going to have to do this as a group because we just got hit in the mouth, and we're going to have to respond as a group. So my job's to keep them together.
Do you feel like it was the fast start that the Hawks had? You guys never really recovered from that?
Yeah, we certainly didn't recover from it. Like I said, previous 2 games, we gave up those starts and we found a way back in. They were too good of a team. That relentless on the boards. They just didn't allow you to get back in the game. And I guess 3 slow starts, something probably have to fix. Yeah.
So after that loss against Adelaide, the Hawks said we were poor to start, we weren't switched on, we weren't ready to go. Next game, we will come out with the baseball bats, we will be ready to go. Did that correspondence, those comments reach the JackJumpers? Because they sort of flagged what they were going to do today last week.
No, I didn't see that, but from what you say, they certainly responded. Now, we're going to have to look at that, and that's got to be us come next game. And like I said, it's going to hurt all week. And come that next one, I mean, we're going to have to respond next practice session first and then build through the week. And it's not just going to happen in a game. We've got to do it in a practice session first.
Scott, like you said, it's only 5 games into the season, but are they the real deal this year, the Hawks?
Well, I think there's about 5 or 6 teams I think are the real deal, and like every year they play themselves out during the course of the season. I mean, you just don't know. Injuries and all kinds of stuff is around the corner for teams, and you have to have adversity and go through stuff, and it's quite early, and they're playing fantastic. We have not really gotten off to good starts in general in the league. Last year probably was our best, and it wasn't even that good. And I think people forget we were 11-11 at one point. Again, to me, it's just game 5, and we just move on, and we'll get back to some basics, and the season will be what the season will be. We'll continue to work and do what we normally do, and go through our processes.
So what would you say if people say, oh, the JackJumpers have some really good players, but they need another piece? What would your response be?
Well, I think, every team will probably say they need some other kind of piece at the end of the day, but I plan on obviously having this roster to finish the season out unless there's something drastic that transpires, and we'll work with the group that we have in front of us. That's really all it is.
Where does the bounce back start? I saw Will Hickey got 7 boards. JackJumpers as a whole had 10. Rebounding, they got an extra 17 on you guys. Is that where the bounce back starts?
Well, rebounding is an energy effort game, so that's not something you can actually practice. It's more about just the want to do that. And over the last 3 years, we've been one of the leading offensive rebounding teams in the league. And again, just give them credit, man. They played their butts off, and they smashed us. We had no answers.
Do you think if Jordan scored 19 points though, so do you think if 2 or 3 or 4 more guys score the same amount, do you reckon are in the game?
Well, again, I don't want to take anything away from them. They just played better than us, and we could have had guys score a few more points here and there. Probably would have helped a bit, but ultimately their aggression to play was much higher than ours.
As a decorated and respected coach, Scott, do you have a comment on what you're seeing Justin Tatum doing? Really very early days still as a pro coach.
Well, I don't know about a decorated coach. I don't see myself as a coach at the end of the day. I mean, I appreciate that, but that's just not who I think I am at the end of the day. But yeah, they've done a fantastic job since he's taken over last year. I mentioned last year, I think at some point, that it's hard to flip a team kind of in the middle of the season. I'm not quite sure when he did take over, but to flip the team back over to getting back to being competitive. And, they have some really good energy players over there, and they have a nice squad. Like I said, they were fun to watch tonight.